I'm gonna be sipping on my tea while we do this podcast. Hi guys, I am back with another episode of Chlorinated Thoughts. Welcome to anyone that is new. My name is Leah. Today, a topic that I want to discuss is energy. Energy is a very broad topic, so it can be perceived in many ways. So, like energy in physics and chemistry and studying and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that kind of energy because currently I do not have the energy to talk about school, but I'm going to also need to study after this. Today I want to talk about energy and just in general, the energy, mainly the energy that you're radiating and the energy or the vibration you are currently functioning at. I feel like from my point of view, I think energy is like so precious. Your energy is radiated or your vibration is radiated to the people that you interact with. You are also consuming energy that other people radiate. Energy can come in like a lot of forms. Obviously, food is energy, the sun is energy. Everything is made up of energy and particles and things vibrating at a certain level that keeps them alive. Like, for example, if I look at, there's a mug in front of me. Oh, that reminds me actually. So I have this mug, and this mug, you probably have learned this in like year 6, but I'm going to give you a little recap. I'm able to hold this mug because it has tiny little particles that are vibrating slowly. I mean, not very slowly. They're vibrating really fast and they're very close together, compact, to make this mug. And I am able to hold this mug because my hand is made up of small particles that are vibrating to create my hand in a way. Inside the mug is the tea, which is a liquid, where the particles are also vibrating, maybe at a slower pace. I don't know the particles are like slipping, sliding past each other to create a liquid. Just think about that. And everything is energy. I don't know. I feel like that is so crazy to think about. Like if you really think about it, nothing is real. That is a stretch, but if you really think about it, if everything is made up of energy, you can also influence the energy and vibration you are radiating at. So basically, the energy you are radiating is always passed on to others. It is always consumed by others and vice versa. Energy can be affected by many things and influenced by many things. Obviously, what you eat is something that very much influences your energy levels. Physically. For me, I feel like my energy is very dependent on the people I surround myself with. Like after the past few months, I've really tried to, I've tried to limit the people that I'm close with, or I've tried to eliminate some people from my life or just reduce contact with people that I feel like aren't serving me in a good way. And this may sound really bad, but I do feel like friendships are mostly, they're transactional. The people that you're interacting with, you're exchanging energies with as well. So for example, if I go into a store, I have an encounter with the checkout lady she's kind of rude to me. That automatically kind of sets the mood for my day. She may have had a bad day and she radiated that onto me. Because this conversation that we had together was transactional, therefore her negative and her bad vibes kind of radiated onto me, which also affects my vibration. I try to be very conscious of my energy and I try to be conscious of what energy I'm spreading. So I try my best to always radiate the good vibes, you could say. It's one thing to communicate your problems to your friends and family. I don't think that's a bad thing at all because I do it as well. It's another thing to express your problems and issues 24/7 to a friend, because what you're going to do is you're going to burden them with your problems, which will eventually affect them as well. Have you ever had an encounter with a friend during the hangout, or when you leave the hangout you just feel very drained, and during the hangout you just want to go home, you don't really want to be there after a while? They are energetically draining, and I feel like with those people I'm trying to limit spending time with them. They suck the energy out of me, and when I hang out with a friend I want to feel uplifted and energized and happy. Because my time is precious, I want to spend it with people that are going to motivate me and inspire me and make me a better person. Another example of a very negative experience that I had with a person that I really realized that they're not vibrating at my energy. I don't know if they're immature, or just their passions and desires are just so much more limited than mine are. So I went on this date with a guy, and he played water polo in the pool that we train in. Actually, I think it was the worst day I ever went on. He asked me out on the date. Automatically, oh my god, this is actually such a funny story. So automatically we met up at a mall. He was standing in front of the mall, and I was about to walk up to him. I saw him and I automatically just wanted to run away. I was like, I can still walk back. He hasn't seen me yet. I can still leave if I want to. But I decided not to, which I don't know if it was a good choice or not. The minute I said hi to him, he was the most unenthusiastic, boring person ever. I'm sorry, but when you're on a date, you want to look like you're enjoying yourself, I think. I went up to him and I was like, "Oh, hi." He was like, "Hi." We started walking. It was awkward silence the whole time. I found it ridiculous how he asked me out, and I had to ask him all of the questions, every question about himself. Throughout the whole date, he asked me 1 or 2 questions. After 10 minutes of being with him, I wanted to leave so bad. And after leaving, I was the most relieved I have ever been in my entire life. These are the kinds of people that I think for me are not vibrating at the same energy as me. And after 10 minutes of meeting up with them, I want to leave. Obviously, it was a good learning experience, and it taught me what I do not want in a person. I had one of these friends. She came to Hungary for a competition, and then she wrote to me. She's like, "Oh, Leah, I'm here for the World Cup. Do you want to hang out?" I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, that would be so great to catch up and everything." The minute we met up, I automatically felt such a good vibe from her, and she lifted me up, and we laughed so much. Even though we were telling each other, obviously, problems that happened in our lives and stuff like that, it was very much a positive experience. We also tried to help each other or give advice to each other about those problems. That made me realize these are the type of people that I want to surround myself with. People that make me happy, people that when we say goodbye to each other, I want to go meet up with them again after 10 minutes of being apart. So with the limited time that you have, realize that it's precious, and please spend it with people that will contribute positively into your life. When you find out the energy that you are radiating, are you proud of the energy that you are radiating? What messages do you think you are subconsciously spreading? These are all questions that they're pretty hard to, for example, I'm always very conscious of the energy that I'm spreading, and therefore I do get a lot of validation that people like hanging out with me, or people start to, I guess, miss me or miss my presence. Positive feedback that the energy that I'm radiating is good and is positive. People are attracted to this kind of energy. Confident energy is very attractive. For example, I can very much sense on a person when they are insecure from their mannerisms and the way that they behave. I can really tell if they are insecure or confident. Well, if you want to be confident, let's look at a person like Kim Kardashian, okay? Kim Kardashian is a very confident person. When you're in a situation and you don't feel very confident or you're doubting yourself, you have to ask yourself, what would Kim Kardashian do? Or what would a person that is very confident and has a lot of confidence do in this situation? How would they act? How would they talk? How would they behave? Ask these kinds of questions and take on the role of a person that is confident. You may not be confident at the time. Eventually, with time, the more you fake being confident is going to actually become part of your identity. What I love to do, and this might sound actually so egotistical, but it's actually such a confidence booster. Before you go into the shower, obviously you know, take off your clothes, blah blah, and there's a mirror in the bathroom. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, like I'm so hot. Like look at that body, look at that hair, look at that banging, I don't know, face. Like I am so hot. Put on some music, dance. Instead of looking in the mirror and just nitpicking everything that is wrong with you, try to look at the positive side. Or maybe for every negative thing that you say about yourself, try to think of a positive thing. So for example, if I go, oh my god, I have so many pimples, I could be like, I have so many pimples, but the color of my eyes are so pretty. Like it's going to distract everyone from the small pimples that I have that are going to go away eventually. Small things like this can really actually over time add up, and it can change your energy and the messages you are subconsciously sending to other people. Another thing I want to touch on is performance. What do I mean by performance? For example, trying to do good on a test or competing in a race, performing on stage. The energy you're radiating at internally is very much going to affect your performance externally. Whenever I competed during a time in my life where I was unconfident, sad, unmotivated, or whenever I had like problems or stresses in life, I didn't compete well during those races. Last year, I was not doing good. I had so many negative factors going into my life in general, not even in just swimming, which then translated into negative thoughts, me being unmotivated, me being lazy, which then also transitioned into my swimming as well. My technique was heavy. You could tell that I wasn't swimming joyfully. Energies in competing that I feel like are fuel for performing well are, for example, being happy, being angry. Anger makes you vibrate at a higher level, which can actually make you perform really well. But also being happy, it makes you feel light, fluffy. You're swimming in the water, you're light, you're happy, you're enjoying yourself. As well as being in love is also very, very much raise your vibration. You can be in love with yourself, or you can be in love with someone else. But to be in love with someone else, you obviously need to be in love with yourself first. These are all things that can help you perform better. Here are some ways you can change or improve the vibrations. First things first is you want to surround yourself with people that you look up to and admire. When you hang out with people that you look up to, you will take on a lot of their characteristics and habits, which will eventually improve you as a person. I'm not saying gossiping is a bad thing because I love to gossip, but if you're constantly gossiping all the time to people and complaining to them, switch these up. So for example, once you realize you're starting to complain about something, try to stop yourself. Think for a few seconds, maybe I shouldn't do this, and change the topic. Limit spending time with people that are bringing your energy down or bringing you down in general. Those are the people that you're going to be exchanging energies with, and you do not want to exchange energies with a person that is constantly bringing you down and constantly being negative. You can also maybe limit your time on social media, and I know this is really, really hard, but I'm also planning to, during competitions, I'm planning to stay off of social media. I heard it has good effect, and making apps helpful for you to inspire you and motivate you. Unfollow people on Instagram that you feel like are putting you in a bad vibe. Catering your TikTok For You page to make you feel better about yourself. So for example, now I really try to ultimately the things that I'm sharing and liking are going to multiply and be shown up in my For You page more and more. The things that I like and the things that I share are mostly positive and confident affirmations about myself, or things that I just find funny. These are the kinds of things that can help you raise your energy. Energy is time and money. Time is limited and time is precious. So please make the most out of it. And I think that is all for today. I don't know if I rambled a lot. I don't know if this podcast was all over the place. I'm going to try to edit it so it's more structured. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Please make sure to give the podcast a rating and review. And I'll see you next time when I decide to make another episode. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.